Mm, mm, mm. Mm, 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 mm. Hey, oh, damn, my zipper down. Oops, oops. Sorry. Oh, oh. Dang. Sorry. Wait a minute. OMG. Man. Check it out. No Diddy, no Diddy, no Diddy, no doubt. No Diddy, no Diddy, no Diddy, no doubt. No Diddy. OMG. Diddy, 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 Diddy. Damn, Diddy. Diddy, man, he got some explaining to do. He has a Jane Doe that testified, and word on the street, it might be 50 Cent's baby mother. She's under a Jane Doe, but we got the content. And then she tests them. This Jane Doe tests a fives. The same thing throughout the whole trial. And what's that same thing in the whole trial? Is the damn baby oil. The baby oil you can't go through this. And 50 Cent beef and Diddy's beef, is it over? The baby mother. Oh man. One content creator kind of gave it up low key and didn't even know it. One content creator gave it up and don't even know it. They just get into the 50 Cent thing. Oh shit! I love this stuff. This stuff is content, bro. This stuff is content. Like the video, subscribe. Oh wow. Woo! So where I want to start at is the 50 Cent one. Yeah, this article is old, y'all. This article is old. This article is old, man. It's old. Damn, what's the chat? Is the chat in here? Anybody talking to me? Do I got a chat? I hope I got a chat in here. Let me see. Let me make sure. Make sure my chat is cool. I don't want to make sure y'all talking to me. I gotta go to the settings or what? Let me see. Anyway, this is let me make sure. Let me double check. So yeah, this article was old, man. I think J Doe is 50 Cent's baby mother, man. I think it is. Cause look, 50 Cent made a post years ago. The chat is disabled. How? Oh no, no. How do I get damn man? No, I need the chat. How do I let me see. Let me go to the settings. Let me see. How can I go to the settings? How do I go to the settings? Oh no. How did the chat get disabled? That's messed up. They hating on me. Y'all can't even talk to me. Damn. Oh wow. And I don't want to start it over. Damn. How do I get I don't see nothing on here to get the damn chat cracking. Oh man, this is not good. They did a player wrong. Let me see. Can I go to the settings on YouTube? It ain't gonna work. Damn. Wow. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all can't talk. Damn. I messed up. I messed up. I don't know how, but I messed up on the settings. I don't know how to not. I can't have. I don't know how. Man, I don't got. I was wondering why nobody wasn't saying nothing. Damn, it messes up the live, low key. Shit. Ah, I can't. My chat is disabled. How can I get it undisabled? Let me see. Is there any way I could change it? Damn, there's nothing I could do on the live part. Sup, chat not working. I know, man, Q. I don't know why it got disabled. Shit. Um, let me see something. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna probably have to start it over. All right, hold up. End it. No, I don't want to stop it. Damn, I just want to. How can I make it? Damn, man, I messed up my own life. I'm like, damn, how did that happen? There's no way I can get the chat going. Um, yeah, I'm gonna have to end it. You getting traction, fam? I know, but I want to talk. I want to talk to y'all. Damn, what you think, Q? You think I should start it over or go ahead and keep going? Damn, damn. It's gonna be a couple of minutes behind if I start it over. And y'all in here deep. Damn. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know how it got disconnected. Wow, that's not cool. That's messed up. Q, talk to me. Anyway, I guess I gotta go with the show. Just keep going. All right, he said just keep going. I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't try to cut down the chat. If you want to talk to me, I'm under Don Easy TV on Instagram, and then go through the DM like your boy Q is doing right now. So that's the only way I can talk to y'all. I'm sorry. I don't know how to disable to get the chat back on. I don't know how to do it. I'm looking at all kind of ways, and there's nothing you can do. Nothing you can do. Let me see. Settings. You can't go to the settings on here. Nope. 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 All right. All right. Cool. All right. Sorry, y'all. I can't talk to y'all, so I got to go through the straight video. Wants to send a message. Somebody in here wants to send a message. Okay. Let me go to my now. Let me go to my Instagram. Just started following you. Somebody said something in my Instagram. I'm sorry, y'all. So I can do it though. I can do it. I can do it. 40 people in here. Live is cracking. Here I come. I'm about to I just gotta go to my DMs. I gotta go to my DMs on Instagram. Damn, where's my page? Shit. Go to my page. Oh, go to my message right here. My bad. My bad. Message. I'm old. Like the video, subscribe. I gotta make sure this doesn't happen tonight. You know. Come on, go to my Insta, go to my messages. Okay, they said somebody wants to turn not now. Let me see. Somebody wants to request. Let me see. Who's requesting? I am here listening. Okay, somebody said they here listening. Okay, cool. All right, cool. All right, cool, 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 cool. All right, cool. All right, let's go. We just gonna do the show. Sorry, y'all. The chat got disabled. I don't want to start it over. I'm sorry I can't talk to y'all. If you want to talk to me, hit me in the DM. Anyway, so 50 Cent baby mama Daphne Joy is named as Diddy's ex-worker in bombshell lawsuit from ex-employee, shedding light on the bitter rift between the rappers. So they go into the deep dive on this, man. This article, look at this. This is from last year, March of 2024, Daily Mail. So Jane Doe has already been identified. One of the content curators didn't know that I was listening. They was inside the court, and all he said, only one thing he said, yeah, it's a famous rapper. It's a famous rapper. It's a famous rapper. That's how he talked. It's a famous rapper. Her baby mama is a famous rapper. And when he said that don't get along with each other, I said, oh wow, I know who that is. That's 50 Cent. No Diddy. I said, oh wow, I know who that is. Baby mama right here. I crossed out the baby, of course. I didn't want the baby boy to get get identified. But it says right here, 50 Cent, real name Curtis Jackson, is his former partner Daffy Jones have been maintaining good relationships since their son Sire, that son is right here. They got 11-year-old son. So this is where the real beef happens. Oh, I'm sorry. Damn, I'm sorry. I can't read the chat. Damn. But anyway, I guess that means I got to do a real show then. Here we go. It won't happen later on. I swear. I'm gonna refresh my page. I'm gonna make sure it doesn't happen. All right, cool. So you see it right here. Let's go. Let's keep moving along. This article is old. Bam. She's a model. She bad in the mug. She got curves too. The Philippine-born model Daphne Joy rose to fame in some kind of Pirates of the Caribbean. What? She was in that movie? And she was in that movie? Oh, in roles in Pirates of the Caribbean, on Stranded Ties, Set Up, and TV movie Venice. Oh wow! So she got a history in the business before she even met Diddy. And she got buzz. She got cars. This is 50 Cent baby mother. This is allegedly might be Jane Doe. Wow. The accusations contained in the 73-page lawsuit by Rodney Jones. Damn, so Rodney Jones had this in his he says he ordered to recruit profs and have X with them for Star's pleasure as he has hundreds of hours of videos document. I don't know how true that is with Rodney Jones, man. But let's go to Daphne. Boom. So this is her, man. This is Jane Doe, y'all. Allegedly, 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 allegedly. So she been dating 50 since 2011, and his son was born winning a 2000 contract to be face of the children headphones. Damn, so his son already into the game. Wow, that's her, y'all. Allegedly, that's her. And that's Rodney Jones. I guess he mentioned about her in the lawsuit. So yeah, we're gonna move along and we're gonna get into some content, some words. Damn, I can't believe it. Damn, so this is Jane Doe, and her Jane Doe story is crazy. Now we're gonna get to the content on from Elizabeth Milner. She's gonna give you an introduction of it, just like I just gave to you. Um of who Jane Doe. No, I'm gonna get to the meat and potatoes. Let's get into the meat and potatoes of the baby oil. Of the baby oil, you know what I'm saying? Let's get to the baby oil, you know what I'm saying? She was in this baby oil stuff too. Listen to the news. We're gonna go to ABC News first. Fair use, fair use. You feel me? Fair use. And I'm sorry the chat got disabled from some weird reason. This won't happen tonight. I'm sorry, y'all. It won't happen tonight. I apologize. I don't know how that happened.
What did she say? Jane is important because she is the central figure in the second sex trafficking count that Sean Combs faces, to which he's pleaded not guilty. And Jane talked about Sean Combs flying her to Los Angeles, to Miami, to New York, to Turks and Caicos. And 90% of the time they were together during the course of what she said was a 3-year relationship. They had, she didn't call them freak-offs as Cassie Ventura did, but she knew as hotel nights.
Hotel nights. Damn, but did you hear what he said in the beginning? He said she was flew to Miami, New York, Turks and Caicos. I ain't say the damn cause. I don't know. In New York. Sounds similar to the Cassie story, right? Damn, similar to Cassie's story. Damn. Wow, here we go.
They followed a pattern where the lights were red. The rooms were stocked with baby oil.
The lights were red. The lights were red. And the place was stocked with baby oil. Sound familiar, huh? And this relationship, ladies and gentlemen, this relationship was between, I wrote it down somewhere on here, May 2021 to all the way to the arrest of Puff. You know what I'm saying? Oh no, I'm sorry, those are the encounters. So all the way, yeah, to all the way to 2024. She alleging that this stuff happened. Wow. And every time they kicked it, he just wanted to do, you know what I'm saying, freak offs or hotel nights. Hers was called Hotel Nights. Oh, you know, I think fair use. Here we go.
Oil by assistance. Sometimes she said they'd go through 24 bottles a night.
What? 2,000 bottles a night. Sometimes they would go through 24 bottles a night. Wow, that's a lot. 2,000 bottles? 2,000? Lord have mercy. What a damn shame. Of baby oil.
And then an escort would enter. She said she was made to wear her hair down, but it was time for sex, though. It had to be in a ponytail, creamy white nails as nail polish.
Wow. So he had a whole look like it was a movie scene. I want you to wear your white nails. I want you to put on your red dress and those high heels and that sweet perfume. Damn. He wanted you to put on them high dresses and that damn sweet perfume so I can love you. Wow. This is crazy. Same thing. And this was like a couple of years after Cassie. This is crazy. And this is the most recent one. So now we got another official SST here. Another transportation of prasa. Uh-oh, it's getting bad.
And when the escort would come in, she'd disrobe, begin oral sex, because that's what Sean Combs wanted to
light.
see.
Okay.
Did Combs show any kind of reaction to Jane or what she said on the stand today?
His gaze certainly followed her when she entered the courtroom in a brown skirt suit. I'm not sure she looked at him as she took her place down the aisle and into the witness box.
That's some good information.
Sean Combs was looking at her. She told the jury that their relationship lasted right up until the night he was arrested.
Wow.
Aaron Kotarski, thank you so much. We got to break this all down. ABC's...
Wow. So that's one news report about the damn freak-offs. I'm sorry the chat got disabled. I don't know how. I apologize. But now we got another. This won't happen tonight. Make sure you pull up tonight. I didn't want to start the live over. So I didn't want to do it over. So we're going to go to Elizabeth Milner. She going to talk about the baby oil too. She going to get, this is her interpretation of what she heard. So we can get an establish a history of the baby oil. Of the baby oil. Of the baby oil. The oil. The oil. The oil. Now listen to this, man. Is this, let me see, where's this at? Where's the stamp? I got a stamp of 43. Let me see, 43 something, 4330. Let's go to 4324. Now she gonna break it down. Everything. Should I go to all of this? Do all the way to, let's go all the way to 42 for a second. Let's let her talk for a minute. You know. Here we go. Let's go.
A good faith contract where there was no document signed, but it was pretty much that Diddy would pay her rent going forward. I think it was drafted, or the two kind of agreed upon it verbally after the two got into an argument and called things off for a very short period of time. But this love contract in its essence is just about that he would continue paying her rent, and as Jane described it, would continue paying her rent if she continued to do these hotel and debauchery.
Damn. He had a contract, allegedly, a contract. Diddy had a contract with her, allegedly, like, yo, we, as long as you give me some, if I pay you, I'll pay your rent, but you got to continue to do these damn freak-offs. And, yes, but I'll pay your rent, though. But you got to keep on doing what you're doing. Fair use. Here we go.
That Diddy could possibly threaten to take her rent or her money away. But
wow.
Even as far as kind of going to count 5, transportation to engage in prostitution, as well as count 3, that she saw Diddy.
See, count 3. This is crazy, y'all. See, now you got 2 people saying the same story about being flued out to 2 different. So now you got 2. Now the prosecution, they had 2 slip up with 2 witnesses, the Mia and the one before, the Banner girl. They had got poked a couple of holes, but they ain't got the cross examination on her yet. But this don't sound, man. This don't sound good. Fair use.
in places like Turks and Caicos, in Miami, in Los Angeles, in
Damn,
New York, and they
see?
had hotel nights in all of these different places.
See, same cities that the dude just said. I got two different sources, ABC. Now I got Law and Crime Network talking about what they seen in the court. They are in the main court. Yeah. I want the main court people.
Well, not Diddy himself, but that Diddy's travel agent, because again, this is a very rich man. Of course, he has his own travel agent, and that Diddy would pay for her to travel to wherever he is or wherever they were going to do these hotel nights, debauchery nights, and she was explaining that each hotel night followed the same kind of pattern, especially that they would happen in hotel suites and other places. And she said these patterns included red lights and music, beverages, and alcohol. She explained, similar to Cassie, that there were bed sheets, blankets, and towels that covered the furniture because of the amounts of baby oil that would...
The amounts of baby oil. Baby oil. Baby oil again. Baby oil strikes again. Wow. Baby oil, a whole different person.
Would be used during these particular sex sessions. And she's explained that they always use baby oil, 24 or more bottles of baby oil.
Damn. Same thing what the dude just said. 24 bottles of baby oil?
Hotel nights that wouldn't even just last just a couple hours, Jesse. She explained that these would last days on end, and at some points that it wasn't just with one escort, that it was with multiple escorts too.
Damn.
So there's an exhibit that, again, we can't see, but it was a text message from August 31st of 2022 where Jana says, when you pull up, can you have security catch the bag with the key?
Wow, yeah. So you hear two different people talking about the baby oil. The baby oil. The baby oil, man. Wow. Make sure y'all like the video, subscribe. If you want to comment, go to Diddy'S TV on Instagram and you hit me in the messenger if you got something to say, because I accidentally, I don't know why, how it did it, but it accidentally took the damn chat off. Damn. So I apologize. I apologize. I'm trying to figure out any other way. What's this? Oh, that's something else. I want y'all to see me. I'm just trying to think of other things. There's nothing else I can do. You have highlighted your channel unlisted. What that mean? I don't know. So yeah, nothing else I can do to change the setting. I tried everything. Anyway. Yeah, man. This is crazy. And that's not it. Let's get into it's just a lot of stuff, man. It's a lot of stuff. So we already heard two reporters talk about the baby oil. You know what I'm saying? They talked about the baby oil. And then now let's just get into things changed. It started off normal. Their situation started off normal, and then it escalated. Oh, and she breaks it down. Elizabeth Milner breaks it down. She breaks it down, baby. Let me show y'all. Listen to this. Fair use.
Then she talks about a change. She talks about a change in their sex life, right?
Yeah, she did, and she really started getting pretty emotional at this point, where you could hear her voice kind of shaking, as well as she started crying while she was on the witness stand. And this change in their relationship happened in May of 2021, and that was when Diddy started talking about fantasies at this point.
Fantasies. Fantasies. He started pumping up fantasies in her head. Hey, baby, have you had any fantasies before? What's your fantasy? Damn, he started telling her about fantasies. Man, I think this was calculated. He knew that was 50's alleged baby mother. He knew, so he was like, I'm about to turn her out, man. You know what I'm saying? That's scandalous, but yeah, I think that was his whole plan. He knew that was that was his baby mama, man. So he started talking about fantasies, introducing her to the lifestyle, to the swinger life. Allegedly, well, it ain't no allegedly. He admits his defense is saying he's a swinger, and all these are just his ex-girlfriends. Like the video, subscribe.
I'm sorry, the chat disabled on an accident. Follow me under Don Easy TV on Instagram, and you can comment there, and I'll read the comment. I'm sorry, I somehow YouTube they messed me up this morning. But anyway, like the video, here we go. She's gonna introduce the lifestyle. Diddy call them fantasies. Listen to the mind manipulation.
Talk about other men. Do you like what you see? Pretend it's here. And this is while the two were watching pornography together. She had explained that Diddy was the one who initiated the fantasy talk.
Damn.
And that around this time, Jane had been awake for 24 hours. She was doing drugs like ecstasy.
Wow. She said she was up for 20. They said she said she was up for 24 hours. Wow. And so he know that she doped up. He know this is a perfect time. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly. Man, listen. Shout out to her. Shout out to Elizabeth Milner. Law and crime. Sidebar.
I can make this fantasy a reality. And so Jane said, okay. And she said okay because it turned him on and she thought she was playing into this fantasy. So she said during this period that Jane went to the bathroom after he was like,
listen to this.
He could make this fantasy a reality. She went to the bathroom, and then when she came out of the restroom, Diddy was in a robe and staring very intently at his phone, saying, we could make this happen tonight on this.
Wow, we can make it happen tonight. We can make this fantasy happen tonight. Woo! Then no warnings, no, let me just, put it in lightly. Nah, we gonna talk. We talked about the fantasies. Oh, we can make this fantasy happen now. And so happens, it's a man, it's a worker that pulls up. Wow. Listen to this. Fair use.
This particular night, she again said, okay, but she said she was still high on drugs during this. And then Diddy took her to a hotel room, and this was in Miami. She said she saw assistants setting up the hotel room, but she doesn't remember particularly which assistants were doing that. But Diddy told her to relax, that it would be fun, and that he knew the guy. And Jane was super nervous, she says. She never met this person before. And so as we kind of get more into her testimony, we do know that that other man was an escort or an entertainer, as she calls him, while on the stand. And so Jane was
somebody had a question. Hold up 1 second.
The bedroom and began talking to the other guy.
It's like I didn't even see the other. Somebody had. Oh, we're gonna get into the content, but somebody had a question real quick in the Instagram. I'm here listening. Directions 1 to directions 1, go live, 2, customization live box, select any. They said, who is Jane Doe? So this is Jane Doe right here. Okay, that's just the question. Ooh, my bad. Damn, I forgot where I was at. Here we go. I found it. No, that's not it. That's not it. Where we at? What video we was at? That's not it. I got so many damn tabs. Here we go. All right, here we go. Let's get back to it. Fair use.
While she came out of this bedroom at this hotel, that she was wearing lingerie and she was wearing very high heels, or stripper heels as she calls them, but she had a robe over herself. And
wow. Remember them heels they was showing in that raid? They had different heels and stuff. Remember all them heels in one of them raids? See, he was when he had one of, not just hers, but I don't think. Woo! Hey, she had heels, everything had a robe. Oh wow, listen to this. This is deep.
And then the entertainer that unfortunately we didn't see it as exhibit photo, but she says that the entertainer or escort was a man named Don, and
an escort named Don. It wasn't me. I swear it wasn't me, ladies and gentlemen. Like the video, subscribe, and if you want to comment, go to Instagram. Follow me on the Instagram under Don Easy TV, and you can comment there because somehow YouTube cut off the damn chat. I'm sorry. Anyway, let's get back to the content. Wow, listen to this. Some dude named Don. It wasn't me. I swear it wasn't me.
Other. She said she got a sense that they knew each other, but she said that he was from, she calls it cowboys and angels, but you can't help but think, is it possible that she meant cowboys for angels, something that a service that even Cassie herself said while she was testifying.
Wow. Cowboys for Angels again. Diddy is a low key man. Allegedly, that's a nasty moment. He was using the same escort service as Cassie, same with Jane Doe, which we think is Daphne Joy, who was 50 Cent's baby mother allegedly. So it all makes sense. The content creators low key snitched. The content creators low key snitched. The ones, that was in the overflow, I guess. I'm telling. What they didn't say it, but what they said to me that triggered me. They said, uh, yeah, it's the Jane Doe is a famous rapper that has beef with Diddy. Who else have beef with Diddy than 50 Cent? There's nobody else. Anyway, let's get to the freak offs, or what they call it, the pottery nights, aka the hotel nights. He changed the name a little bit. Here we go.
And so she said that slowly that Diddy was telling her to relax. She was nervous. She began dancing. Then she took off her robe and Dawn got turned on. And next thing you know, Dawn is coming closer to her and it's starting to make her try to feel comfortable. And while all of this was going on, Diddy was watching this and he was pleasuring himself or masturbating. And Dawn—
Wow. Kind of similar to the Cassie story, huh? He was sitting back. What is Tootsie? Messing with his Tootsie Roll. Tootsie Roll. Tootsie Roll. Tootsie Roll. Tootsie Roll to the left, to the right, to the left, to the right, to the... I'm doing it wrong now. Slide. Slide. Wow. Same exact story of Cassie. Wow. Like the video, subscribe. I'm going live tonight. 5 p.m. West Coast time, 7 p.m. Central time, and 8 p.m. East Coast time. And the chat will be on. I'm going to double check it. Because what happened was I was changing my thumbnail. I changed my thumbnail too many times. And when you do that, sometimes it'll put on another mess up the settings. So anyway, let's go. Wow, y'all, listen to this. Diddy was in. Wow, let's rewind. Wow, what was Diddy doing again? Rewind.
At that, slowly that Diddy was telling her to relax. She was nervous. She began dancing. Then she took off her robe and Dawn got turned on. And next thing you know, Dawn is coming closer to her and it's starting to make her try to feel comfortable. And while all of this was going on, Diddy was watching this and he was pleasuring himself or masturbating. And Dawn suggested that she perform oral sex on him. And
wow. Giving instructions like the Punisher said. When Cassie was kicking it with the Punisher, when he testified, what'd he say? Diddy was giving us instructions. Okay, do it like this, do it like that. Same thing with her. Sitting back, playing with his damn Tootsie Roll, allegedly. Wow. Fair use. Let's go.
And Diddy was watching throughout all of this. And so I think right here I can say that while Cassie had called these types of nights freak offs,
here we go.
When Jane was on the stand, she says that they referred to these as debauchery nights or hotel.
Debauchery nights or hotel nights.
Nights. Even if these sexual sessions don't happen at a hotel, they may happen at her apartment or at his home.
Wow. He's all the difference. What only difference between the Cassie situation and hers? One was called a freak off. Cassie was called a freak off. Hers was called debauchery nights or hotel nights. This is deep. Shout out to this great reporting, man. Ooh, Elizabeth. Go ahead, Elizabeth. Elizabeth chopping it up. Go ahead, mama.
Home that they still call it hotel nights or debauchery nights. And so Jen was explaining that she moved to the bedroom to get things going. She asked Dawn to wear a condom. Diddy didn't want that.
Whoa! Same thing. No, don't put on a condom. Wow, Cassie, same story with Cass. Same story. Wow, dog. I know the cross gonna get deep, but they said the cross ain't gonna happen till next week. So the jurors gonna have this over their mind through the whole weekend. Like, damn, we got another person finally that we can, wow. Add on to the transportation to Prasa. Count 3 and 5, y'all. Wow.
Diddy said that Dawn was clean and that these guys get tested all the time.
Wow. How did he know they get tested and they clean? Because he used the same service with Cassandra Ventura. Wow. And what they all had in common, they all was hooked on drugs, rugs, or whatever. Crazy, y'all. Same stuff. Lights, the red lights, blue lights, lies, baby oil. Sickening, man. It's sad. It's very let me let her talk. This is crazy, y'all. Sheets, same thing, the sheets. With linen on top of the extra linen on top of the damn everything. Same thing, y'all. Diddy nasty. It's a nasty mom. And the rugs, man, wow. Listen. Listen.
Diddy ended up giving Dawn a condom in the last moment. Diddy just watched while Dawn had sex with Jane. Then afterwards, Dawn left and finished on her. And then even after.
Wow. He just finished on her. Damn, why would you want your girl? That's how you know he didn't respect or didn't have no love for these moms. Why would? Wow. You sit there and just let them get maxed out and then liquidation. Wow. Afterwards, that's crazy.
This session with the escort that Diddy and Jane continued to have sex, and then the next day the two just went on a boat. And she said, I think what's interesting too, Jesse, is just what she explained as far as the first night goes, where she said, I felt exhilarated from that experience. It was taboo, it was fun. She said, I didn't think we'd be doing it again. I thought maybe one time or maybe another time that's on a random night. But she said, I felt that night open Pandora's box. It was a door I was unable to
wow. He knew it. He knew it. He was like, yo, I got her dumb ass. He thought she was dumb. He thought he had her turned completely out, which he did for a minute. And that's the confidence that we all have as men. I know being a player back in the days, not no more, because I know karma comes back. So that we can, we got women, that we just got them in the palm of our hand and we tell them what to do and they do it. You know what I'm saying? And we think we got them turned out forever. But then sometimes a woman just get tired. When a woman fed up, damn. When a woman's fed up, dog. Ooh, a scorned woman. Child. He ain't think these ladies was gonna renegade against him. He thought this pimp game was on 10 on 100 million. No, sir. They renegaded on his ass. Crackhead stuff. Activity, dog. That's all this is.
It was just too much of it. So maybe that might possibly go into count 4 just a little bit, but I'm interested to know your thoughts on just.
Listen to this. This is how Jesse gonna break it down. Jesse about to break it down till y'all don't understand the transportation of Prasa. I'm kind of glad this chat off, cause I get distracted reading the comments, so now I can give y'all a full blown show with no interruptions. But I'm gonna cut on the chat tomorrow. I mean tonight for sure. Pull up in 12 more hours, and I'm definitely gonna do a mandatory 2 hours, sometimes longer than that. I usually do 4. I last live on Friday. I did I did 4 hours last Friday. Yeah, let's go.
Doing it.
So at this point, and I know she's going to talk.
Listen to Jesse. Jesse gonna break it down.
I don't see sex trafficking. It's very similar to Cassie when she talked about initially agreeing to freak off. So if Cassie's testimony had ended right there and they went to lunch, or they ended for the day, you could say, what's going on here? It just so happened they finished her testimony, Jane. There's obviously more we're going to get into what she said, but they finished her testimony where I think, and we'll get into it, I think it supports transportation to engage in prostitution.
Y'all forget he a lawyer, so he know what the hell he talking about. Jesse know what he talking about. Listen how he break it down. Simple, lame terms I be trying to tell y'all. Yeah, I don't just be talking. I be listening to liars.
That essentially
Listen.
she was being paid or given things of value to engage in sex acts and was transported to different places. What
are the different places? Miami, New York, LA, Turks and whatever, Turks and whatever in the sea, whatever, and beyond. Y'all don't. It's just simple. It's simple. Mostly y'all don't get it. That's 3 and 5 right off the top. And now you got 2 saying the same story. Oh my! Cut a deal. Cut a deal. Listen.
What I don't hear is the level of violence and threats and force and fraud that was used to induce her. However, let's talk about this. She said it opened Pandora's box. And I'm curious what she meant by that. How did this escalate? And whether or not coercion and finances were a way to induce her to engage in these acts. Talk to us about that.
Woo. Woo. And they gonna talk about it. Elizabeth gonna break it down. She wrote her notes. She's in the courtroom. Listen. This is good, bro.
So as far as these debauchery nights, aka hotel nights, and maybe just some of these freak-off nights, Jane was explaining that these went on from May of 2021.
Oh, we already got into that. So we already got into that part. Okay. We already got into that. But yes, she get into the details, man. It's heavy, y'all. It's heavy. Oh, I can't believe it. And then we gonna go to ABC. I got some clips from ABC News on, if y'all don't know, Diddy mad dogged. Not mad dog. I ain't gonna say he mad dog, but they said he was bobbing his head like, yeah. When his defense was talking, and the judge didn't like it. The judge didn't like it. Do I got that already clipped up? I thought I did. No, I gotta get it. I got another clip for y'all, but I'm gonna get into that in a second. I'll get to that in a second. I want y'all to get to hear this about the how the judge got in Diddy's butt. Oh, not this one. It's not the wrong video. Where's the ABC? Here we go. Here we go. I got it, y'all. I got it, show enough. I got it. I got it, show enough. I got it. If y'all know, that's from The Last Dragon, based out there in New York. Now listen to this, man. He gonna break it down how the Diddy situation. This is funny, y'all. Let me go back to 25, man. Rewind it 25. Let's get to. All right, we gonna hit a little bit. Here we go. Fair use. How Diddy was like looking at the jury trying to influence him allegedly. Here we go.
Thank you so much. We got to break this all down. ABC News legal contributor Brian Buckmeyer is joining us. We first got to talk about that big moment in court. Combs, almost getting kicked out of court. Can you just explain to us the rules of it all for people? Most of us have not spent much time in the courtroom.
Yeah, hopefully you don't have to unless you're an attorney. But the rule is, the overarching rule is, you cannot influence a jury in any way. Even as an attorney, if I'm going out to get lunch or whatever it may be and I see a juror in the hallway, I've got to about face and go the other direction. So having Sean Combs nodding to the jury is a big no-no. And when I say nodding...
Wow. So Diddy sitting up there like hard. Not like sitting back suddenly like... He was like this, like looking at him. Like motherfucker, like, yeah, motherfucker, yeah. You better. You understand what my lawyer's saying? And if you don't understand, I got something for it. Can be interpreted any kind of way, as intimidation or as a payoff, like, hey, what's up? I know I can see the dollar signs in your eye. Puff ain't stupid. Listen. Fair use.
Nodding, I'm not talking about like, yeah, this is a cool... No, like nodding and going,
see?
Like, yes, vigorously. And so if Sean Combs is in court and he's facing straight ahead, looking at the judge or looking at the witness, he actually has to turn almost like this to the jury. So it's pretty intentional. Lunch or whatever it may be, and I see a juror in the hallway, I've got to...
Like the video!
So having Sean Combs nodding to the jury is a big no-no. And when I say nodding, I'm not talking about like, yeah, this is a cool, no, like nodding and going like, yes, vigorously. And don't forget, if Sean Combs is in
Not
court, he's
nodding.
facing straight ahead, looking at the judge.
Let's go back. What do you
Attorney,
say?
if I'm going out to get lunch or whatever it may be, and I see a juror in the hallway, I've got to about face and go the other direction. So
Fair use.
having Sean Combs nodding to the jury is a big no-no. And when I say nodding, I'm not talking about like, yeah, this is a cool, no, like nodding.
Like nodding.
In the hallway, I've got to about face and go the other direction. So having Sean Combs
that is so
nodding
funny
to the jury is a big no-no. And when I say nodding, I'm not talking about like, yeah, this is a cool, no, like nodding and going like,
nodding.
Like, yes, vigorously. And don't forget, if Sean Combs is in court and he's facing, I'm not talking about like, yeah, this is a cool,
listen.
no, like nodding. Like, yes, vigorously.
Like nodding.
Listen. I'm not talking about like, yeah, this is a cool, no, like nodding. Yes, vigorously. And don't
One more.
I'm not talking about like, yeah, this is a cool, no, like nodding and going like,
damn.
Yes, I'm not talking about like, yeah, this is a cool, no, like
nodding. Play it.
Nodding and going like, yes, vigorously. And don't forget.
1 second. Here we go.
Combs nodding to the jury is a big no-no. And when I say nodding, I'm not talking about like, yeah, this is a cool, no, like nodding and going like, yes, vigorously.
All right, that's
and don't
it.
forget, if Sean Combs is in court and he's facing straight ahead, looking at the judge or looking at the witness, he actually has to turn almost like this to look at the jury. So it's pretty intentional, not just in his body language of where he's directing himself, but also that nodding of the head. And the judge said, as Aaron Kotursky said, wants none of it, because if he does so again, he could get kicked out and the trial can continue without him.
The judge was gonna kick Diddy out the trial. The damn judge the judge banged on him. The judge banged on him. The judge said, man, you up there trying to influence the jury. You up there nodding at the mother. You ain't supposed to be looking at him nodding. What does the nod mean? Yeah, I got you, player. Playboy. Love. So he can't do the love symbol. He go like this, like, yeah. He probably put the dude, hey, juror probably went like this. He went like this, 100. And then he's like, hell yeah, I can give you 100. 1K, 100K, yeah. The judge said, hell no. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. You can't be trying to punk my audience, dog. You can't be nodding. Nodding? Let's go. Rewind. That's funny, man. That's a funny clip, man. Listen. Here we go. One more last time, I swear. This was last time. Like the video, subscribe.
And go the other direction. So having Sean Combs nodding to the jury is a big no-no. And when I say nodding, I'm not talking about like, yeah, this is a cool, no, like nodding. And going like, yes,
nodding.
And don't forget, if Sean Combs is in court and he's facing straight ahead.
I'm sorry, that's just funny, man. Nodding.
Go the other direction. So having Sean Combs nodding to the jury is a big no-no. And when I say nodding, I'm not talking about like, yeah, this is a cool, no, like nodding and going like, yes, vigorously. I'm not talking about like, yeah, this is a cool, no, like nodding. And going like,
I'm sorry, it's just too funny, man.
Don't forget, if Sean Combs
wait, one more line. Last time.
like, yeah, this is a cool, no, like nodding and going like, yes, vigorously.
All right. There you go.
Don't forget, if Sean Combs is in court and he's facing straight ahead, looking at the judge or looking at the witness, he actually has to turn almost like this to look at the jury. So it's pretty intentional, not just in his body language of where he's directing himself, but also that nodding in the head. And the judge said, as Aaron Kotursky said, wants none of it, because if he does so again, could get kicked out and the trial can continue without him or jury instruction.
Okay, so we have to also talk about Brianna Bongolan. She was on the stand.
Let's go. Just gonna let it play for a second.
They had some receipts that they brought in. What did these receipts show?
Okay, so they're gonna get into the receipts part, but I like the argument between the lawyers. So what they're gonna talk about, see, the thing that happened in the court, with the Bonner situation where they had like a "ooh, I got you" moment. She couldn't remember the date that Diddy allegedly dangled her over the balcony, and so they about to break down, and I'm gonna jump to that part. The 12:31 part when him and his lawyer go back. It's funny when they go back and forth because it's kind of entertaining and it's engaging, you know, and it gets into the text message of it. I think this is the clip. I thought it was 12:31. Oh yeah, here it is. He came into the room. Here we go. Yeah, let's go. Let's see. I like these two when they go back and forth. It be good. Here we go. Fair use.
This entire time, they've been working on this story for
Since
quite some time.
2016, they've been working on this. Okay, let's bring in this text message because if you weren't in court, you
So it's
didn't
a
get to
text
see all of
message.
this play out. There was a text message extracted from a cell phone seized from Combs' one-time chief of staff, Christina Coram, and in the message, Cassie wrote, "Quote:
He came into my house. My friends were here.
They
They
woke
woke
me
up,
up because he was
ringing
ringing
my
the bell
bell
like
like
crazy."
crazy.
The message continued.
He went
on
at
Vanna
Vanna
and
choked her,
and then
dangled her
her
off
feet off the
of
balcony.
Daphne. So that's what the defense was on their head about. You said at this date that Diddy was at that hung you over a balcony, but Diddy he showed Diddy proof receipts on the date that she said not her, but it's another lady named. I know it's a lot of ladies. Banner, the one that's got dangled, it's a whole different lady, not 50 lady or a baby mama, whatever. Allegedly, I don't know, but you said that at this date. And they said, no, Diddy was at a damn Bad Boy reunion concert. So now they're proving, now that the prosecution's like, yo, we got a text message pulled up from 2016 from a text from Cassie Ventura to Christina Coram. This text is to Christina Coram, Diddy's alleged madam in this damn enterprise, one of his madams, assistants or whatever. So this is what they're gonna be debating about. So that's why this text message is important, because it shows that it was a timeline of when somebody is a time thread. Like I tell y'all, text messages, emails, man, is very important. Boom, they pulled it up. So this thing is showing that why would she send her a random text 2016 about how Banner was choked and then dangled from a balcony? Woo! So only because they thought that they had her is because the dates was mixed up. Nah, they got a text message. Damn it. Here we go. Let's go. And then the prosecutors and the defense, whatever, these lawyers are going to argue with real quick. Here we go. Let's go.
One question: yes or no? Was Sean Combs performing?
I love this segment.
Between September 24th to the 29th. This is
the dates are wrong. The dates are wrong. But
right.
Still,
so when's it happen then?
The material. It's the dates. We're talking about a
Woo!
few days. What's not this text?
On the 30th.
This text message, but this text message here, the core of it is that it happened. The question is,
right?
Did Sean?
Right. That's the core of it. That's right. Get him, baby. Get her, baby. I've got to get her name. I'm gonna go in the beginning and get her name. I like her. She's a good. They both lawyers and they both reporters as well. So that's tight. That's tight when you can juggle different titles and get on front of the camera. So I shout out to Brian, and I don't know her name, but I like her. She dope. She dope. We go back to the beginning. I like this little exchange they got. Here we go. Fair use.
Performing in the Bad Boy reunion between September 24th to the 29th. This is
the dates are wrong. The dates are wrong. But still,
so when did it happen then?
The material.
When did it happen?
We're talking about a few days. What's not this text
on the 30th.
This text message, but this text message here, the core of it is that it happened. The question is
right, that it happened. There you go.
Did Sean Combs dangle her from the balcony? The answer is yes. I don't care what date it actually happened. Do you have the corroboration that it happened? Look, I agree with you. The prosecution should have never called her. She is not worth the squeeze. I think the prosecution failed in determining the pros and cons of her testifying. I would not have called her if I were the prosecutor.
Damn. Hey, that's what happens though. You shake the dice. You shake the dice, man. But I think this is gonna be a good one. The alleged baby mama of 50, Daphne Joy, might be Jane Doe. I don't know. But as you can see, the article, 50 Cent made a text message about this. Not me. I mean, a post about this years ago. This was last year. Look at the date. March 2024. Kind of lines up with me. See, I've been following this case. So a lot of people ain't been following. I've been following since the beginning of the Cassie Ventura lawsuit and the 24-hour when he settled, and I've been on it since. I took like maybe a 3-month break the damn elections was going on, and so I started talking about politics. So I probably lost a lot of fans back then because I was on some other stuff. But then I'm back and I got new. As soon as Diddy got arrested, no, his house got raided. I think the arrest. No, yeah, it was the arrest because that happened except that was after the elections or during the election. I had to stop and went full throne again. Yeah, I may have paused for like 3 months, but yeah, I'm back on his head again because this trial is undefeated. Make sure y'all pull up on me tonight, Friday Night Live, man. I go live tonight, 5 p.m. in 12 more hours from now, and I'm gonna make sure that the chat works. I'm sorry that the chat it got disabled somehow, and I promise I'm a double fresh my screen before I go live and make sure that the chat is working. That was my fault. I didn't double check and see the chat and see if the chat was working. So I apologize. But anyway, make sure the chat will be on tonight and we gonna break down whatever happened today and all through the week. And yeah, the dopest stuff, the craziest stuff. So damn, man, the bottom line of this, man, whoo, it don't look good for the diddler. Make sure you like the video, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Make sure it says all. Share me out on all your social media platforms. Pull up tonight, 5 p.m. West Coast time, 7 p.m. Central time, and 8 p.m. East Coast time. You know what I'm saying? Friday Night Live. It's the only time I go prime time and I'm drinking and and we just having a good time. And yeah, I get off the topic, but I'm reading the chat. I love to interact, and I'm sorry I couldn't interact with y'all today. But it proved that I can hold a show, by myself and with the content. So I love y'all. Shout out to Law and Crime Network, Sidebar with Jesse Weber and Elizabeth Milner. Shout out to ABC News, my guy Brian, and the rest of the crew that's covering the Diddy stuff. And I'ma see y'all tonight. What was the title? Let me go back to the title. I forgot the damn title. Jane Doe testifies about baby oil. We show clip after clip after 2 different clips from ABC and from Law and Crime Network about the baby oil. How she said this Jane Doe that might be, that set up the lighting, they had lightings. They had the red lights, they had the linens, and they had the damn baby oil. And she said them baby oil bottles on just one night would be up to 2 dozen. 2 dozen baby. Is that 24 bottles? 2 dozen. A dozen is 12. What? Damn, 1 is enough. All right, y'all, I gotta go. I'd like to thank everybody for pulling up on me. I'm sorry the chat was disabled once again. And 50 Cent beef, I believe it all boils 50 Cent beef with Puff or Diddy, whatever. It didn't start with this, but this is where it just went to the next level to where he ain't gonna have no love. You know why? Diddy was around 50's son, and that hurts. Oh, that hurt any man. All right, y'all, pull up tonight, y'all. I love y'all. Mwah, mwah. To all the ladies and the single ladies, you get the leggy. Pow, 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 pow. And the homies, you get the pound. Poop, poop, poop. Uppercut. You know how we do. I love y'all. Pull up tonight. No Diddy, baby.